You want to see something interesting? Here's a chart of every single teammate Giannis Antetokounmpo has played with in the NBA. That's every player in every season for the past 10 years. And they're all plotted based on how good they were in terms of box plus minus and win shares. Now, over the years,
watching motherfuckers eat hits different. That's fact. That's science.
Giannis has played with a lot of guys. OJ Mayo, Jabari Parker. He played with Jason Terry for 2 seasons. Kind of a weird overlap. But his best teammates have all came in the last few seasons. Brook Lopez, Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. There's some good seasons in here by some good players. And Giannis has...
Bro, we need to get Jimmy High Roller just make him a detective. Go have him solve crimes or some shit, bro. Bro really plotted all of this based on Giannis and how he impacts his teammates, bro. We go fight crime.
Made the most of it. And then there's his new teammate, Damian Lillard, who will easily be the best player he's ever played with. The NBA's got a new super team, and right now, they're the favorites to win it all.
My first pick gonna be Damian Lillard.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. You can quick see to download it off your first. Seen some dark days I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I saw my team rally their way to the conference finals for the first time in 2 decades, just to get swept and never return. I've had to watch the player that we passed up on turn into an all-time great, while the guy we picked couldn't even stay on the court. I watched Brandon Roy blossom into a star, and then retire literally 50 games later due to injuries. This is enough to make a man go insane. And then, the chosen one. Our loyal king, the one glimmer of hope in a bleak and desolate franchise, just packs up and leaves to the Bucks, and we get stuck with DeAndre Ayton, a guy we aren't even gonna keep, a rookie, and a 7th grader. And I'm
2028 and 2030 first round picks. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely seems, if the Blazers don't at least keep Ayton and Holiday, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be better than what you had with Lillard, but you know, that's something. That's something. Get back on 2K. No sir. Drew gonna make him regret it. It was 2028 and 2030 picks. What the Bulls do?
The Bucks came from. The Blazers and the Heat were stuck in one of the weirdest, most drawn-out stalemates for the last 3 months. And out of nowhere, the Bucks came and picked him up for actually a reasonable price. And as
didn't get Dame.
To see Dame go, I'm happy for the guy.
The Heat too, right?
Everything he's given to the Blazers, the organization never quite put him in a position to win. The man has been in the league for 11 seasons and has played with only 1 All-Star. And even that was nearly a decade ago.
No way.
In fact, throughout his career,
11 seasons, 1 All-Star. Nah, they were. Yeah, I would have been left.
Dame has made 7.
He might get Harden. That'd be nice.
A feat only 46 players throughout the history of the NBA have accomplished. And out of these players, only 13 of them never won a championship in the NBA.
Damn, some damn good company.
And these 13 players, whether active or retired, are all regarded in the same dismissive fashion. All-time greats who never won a ring. Only 4 of them are active today. Chris Paul, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Damian Lillard.
CJ don't count, he had nobody.
Reached the same point in their careers. Don't be the guy.
Out of all these, who would you want to win a ring first? Me personally, I'm saying CP, Paul. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and say Russ first, Lillard close second. I would Chris Paul slightly ahead of James Harden, because I would like to see both of them win, or Dame. Chris Paul been hooping for so long, like, damn, bro, like, you still don't have a ring? Like, come on, man. Damn. It's like that. The Harden hate is real like that. He got this season, then he done. Yeah, bro. How many years has he played?
After 3 months of uncertainty, I think this is about the best case scenario not only for Lillard, but for Giannis and the Bucks. In fact, this trade was actually foreshadowed last season during the 2023 All-Star Draft selection over.
If the Warriors win the finals this year, it's not because of Chris Paul, though.
Damian Lillard with his first pick. Back in 2022, Dame was asked who he would play with if he could choose any active player. His answer was Giannis. Fast forward 18 months, and they both got their wish. So now that he's on the Bucks, and they both got a teammate that far exceeds anyone else they've ever played with, how good is this duo, actually? We've seen countless pairs of superstars get hyped up with grand expectations just to fall short and achieve essentially nothing together. But if history has shown us anything, this duo is bound to do something great. In terms of box plus minus, there have only been 6 duos in the history of the NBA that were as good individually as Giannis and Dame are. And out of those 6 duos, 4 of them went on to win the NBA championship that season. The only duos that didn't were Harden and CP3 in 2018, who lost to the eventual champs in the
Warriors winning because of Rudy Gay.
Durant and Westbrook, who were 1 game away.
He kept requesting a trade to teams, saying he loves it, and losing in the playoffs and leaving. Are you talking about Harden? Hope Harden don't get one because of his last few seasons' activity.
Away from making the finals. History has shown us that when 2 players of this caliber
freak time.
pair up, it usually
What up, Rapid?
results
Talking about
in a
Giannis?
championship, or at worst, a game or 2 away from the finals. We're looking at potentially one of the best duos of the last few decades. Last season, Dame averaged 32 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds a game. Now, those aren't just historically great numbers. That's a stat line that only Michael Jordan, James Harden, and Luka Doncic have ever achieved in the history of the NBA. Even crazier, Dame did all of this on record-high efficiency. And last season, Giannis put up 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. A stat line that hasn't been achieved since Wilt Chamberlain did it nearly 60 years ago. We all know just how dominant Giannis is, but I think spending the
Harden
last
could have made 300 mil if he stayed with the Rockets.
The greatest point guard ever has made Dame
I don't think it's about money at that point though. He's trying to win.
Both of them are
like he has all the money he needs.
Historically great seasons. We haven't seen a pair like this since KD joined Steph and the Warriors back in 2017. In fact, the last time in modern NBA history 2 volume scorers of this caliber paired up was never. Over the last 50 years, there hasn't been a single duo that averaged at least 30 points per game and then played together in the following season. Not Kevin Durant and James Harden, not Curry and Durant, not LeBron and Wade, not even Kobe and Shaq. But it's not just how dominant Giannis and Dame are, it's the fact that their games perfectly complement one another. Individually, defenses are forced to scheme against Dame and Giannis in polar opposite ways. But together, there's not a team in the league who has the defensive personnel to cover the deep ball and the pick and roll and the low post.
Just a super team with KD, Kyrie, and lost because of KD's feet.
Superstar tandem in recent years involves 2 players that
The Celtics
usually have similar strengths and weaknesses. As good as Kyrie and Durant were, their games didn't complement one another.
The Celtics can win it all?
Kawhi and PG are great individually, but as a whole, their skill sets are far too similar to create a real dynamic offense. Most of the time, just taking turns on who's going to get the next possession. Even LeBron and AD are 2 oversized forwards who tend to play away from the basket and dominate possessions 1 turn at a time. For the exact opposite reason, this is why I think the duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic works so well. 2 completely different but compatible playstyles. Aside from Murray, who isn't quite a superstar, and Jokic, the last time we saw a duo that was made up of 2 megastars with complementary skills and positions was 2 decades ago with Shaq and Kobe. Damian Lillard's demand to be traded wasn't some breach of loyalty. It was an attempt to
Celtics can guard this duo
and earn a real chance at winning, like many others before him have done.
Celtics have the best starting 5 in the league, no doubt about it.
First and foremost, and paid the price because of it. Guys like
Drew,
Reggie Miller,
D. White,
Jalen
Brown, Tatum, Porzingis gonna clamp that up.
Whose careers get lost in the shuffle because they've never climbed to the top of the mountain. They never overcame the final obstacle and won an NBA championship. It's almost like all the all-star selections and big performances and playoff wins become an afterthought or some sort of relegated achievement because the ultimate goal was never achieved. Is it better to stay with one organization with hopes that things will eventually
Horford off the bench can school Giannis. Yeah, Horford, but he can still play.
After years of holding up your end of the deal, is it better to finally do what's best for you and put yourself in a position to
Porzingis not clamping up Giannis. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to clamp Giannis up with a scheme.
In the mid-2000s,
It's not man to man.
Talents were being flushed down the drain in Minnesota, and so he said enough is enough and went to Boston. A move that changed the course of his career and legacy If Kevin Durant never left OKC, we may not know him as a two-time champion and Finals MVP, but rather another generational talent who could never quite get it done. Even LeBron James, all made the decision to leave the franchise that drafted them for an organization that actually gave them a chance at winning a title. Because loyalty and fans and accolades aside, above all, every player wants to lift that trophy above their head and be crowned a champion. Something that was never gonna happen with
Warriors putting Klay Thompson at power forward is straight brain dead. I thought that was a terrible idea, bro. Especially considering he's coming off. I mean, well, that was a few years ago, but you know what I mean. Like Klay's. That's not Klay's game. That's not. Don't put him on nobody big like that. He can clamp up guards and shit. But what, you're gonna put him on what, Zion or something? 7'3" rim protector and a good defensive scheme. Facts. But he's not the same Porzingis. He's not the Porzingis that was drafted. Only tall guy Porzingis could clamp up 1v1 be Wembanyama. Same build. Nah, Wembanyama probably getting that work.
Is this duo truly the favorites to win this year's title, or are we getting ahead of ourselves like we've done countless times before in the past? Are Dame and Giannis a real match made for winning, or
what I
is
said,
this team
really
going to be just another failed attempt at combining talents in hopes that it yields something
like
great?
Attitude. I was just.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I feel like I kind of got straight to the point.
Always, until next
We're old
time.
and injured. Check stats, bro. Porzingis just had his best year. No way. With the Wizards, though, I'm not gonna lie. 23. What about blocks? What are blocks at, bro? I don't care about his steals. .5. Not bad. How did the Wizards do, though? I drew sleeping, man. I won 4 games after you left. No, I said I was gonna get on the tube for a little bit. Hey, W 4 games though. Yeah, they played like garbage.